What's going on, everyone? RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm going to be comparing two different phones. It's been requested a couple of times to do. Therefore, it's going to get done tonight. First phone is the Motorola Moto E4 Plus. The second phone is the ZTE Max XL. Now, the Moto E4 Plus is the same on Boost as it is Verizon. This is the Verizon variant. However, the E4 Plus is the same on Boost. So therefore, it's a fair comparison between these two devices. So I'm very interested to see which one can pull ahead. So let's go ahead and get in with this comparison. Okay, everyone, so this is a comparison that everyone wanted to see. This is a comparison between the Motorola Moto E4 Plus and the ZTE Max XL. Now, this is, of course, the Verizon model, but the Boost and Verizon model for the E4 Plus is spec'd exactly the same, so it's going to be a very fair comparison. Now, the brightness is near the same on both of these here, and I should have changed the wallpaper on the Moto E4. And there we go, wallpaper's changed to be able to see everything better. So everything has been cleared out, as you see there, no recent items and no recent items. Let's go first into CPU-Z. Now we'll look here on the Motorola and we'll see that we have a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core 427 with an Adreno 308 GPU. Scroll over here, got a 5-inch display at 720 by 1280, 295 pixels per inch. Has 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with around 10.03 out of the box. Go over here to the Max XL. Got a 1.4 gigahertz Snapdragon 435. This is an octa-core processor, so a bit more powerful with an Adreno 505 GPU. This phone's got a 6-inch display at 1080 by 1920 resolution with a density of 368 pixels per inch, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of ROM with 7.91 out of the box available. So now that we're done there, let's go ahead and go back home and we'll check out some tests that I ran here on Geekbench. So both of these phones here are running Android 7.1.1, 7.1.1 there. Let's go ahead and go into history on both of these here, and we will look here and see the scores. And they're pretty close on single core scores. 662 single core score on the Moto E4 Plus, 1881 multi-core score, and 679 single core score and 2587 on the ZTE Max XL. So let's go ahead and go back home, and we'll go into Antutu and see what we ran there on both of these devices. So as you see, 37,639 on the Motorola and 44,384 on the ZTE. So I'm going to try my best not to get these phones confused. Let's go ahead and clear everything out of here. And this should be a very interesting test, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen between these two phones. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it started. That was the Moto by a hair. Let's go into YouTube. That was the ZTE, just barely. Go into calculator, ZTE. Let's go into calendar. That was ZTE. Let's go into clock, ZTE. Let's go into Google Plus. And that was a tie. That was a dead on tie. Camera. That was the ZTE, barely getting it there. IMDb. This is a close one, y'all. I mean, the ZTE's pulling ahead, but the Moto E4 is right on its heels. Let's go into Instagram. And that was the ZTE. Let's go into the Play Store. ZTE once again. Let's go into settings. ZTE barely takes it. Let's go into Snapchat. ZTE's got it. Let's go into Twitter. And it looks like that the ZTE took that one as well. Let's go into Periscope. It's kind of sad. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's not far behind. I mean, you know, when it comes to these two phones here, the Moto E4 Plus is a bit more expensive than the Max XL now, but you got to look at it. Both of them have the same RAM, same ROM, but you got a 427 quad core versus a 435 octa core, so that's going to help out. It's already started playing here on the Max XL, and it's still loading there on the Moto E4 Plus. So let's go ahead and go back home here, go into Subway Surfer, and you know, it looks like tonight that the Motorola is struggling a little bit, which is very unfortunate, because there's times that it runs a lot faster than this, but right now it seems to be running kind of sluggish, and the ZTE just seems to be taking it, you know, almost every test there. So let's go ahead and go back home here, and we'll open up Crossy Road, which I don't know, it'd be nice to see Motorola pull one out here and actually win, but I don't see it happening now. On the RAM management, I'm really excited to see which one's going to actually outdo the other in RAM management, but we'll find that out here in just a few minutes whenever this here completes. Now, like I said, I believe that I'm not really sure what kind of promotions there are at Boost Mobile. Nothing like that. I do know that regular price is like $129 for the E4 Plus, around $99 average price for the Max XL. But you know, it is what it is, and of course the Max XL did take it there as well. So let's go ahead and go here into the recent apps, and we will run a few of these over again to see what happens. That was the Motorola. Kind of lagging behind there on the ZTE. Let's go into YouTube. It's like Motorola. Let's go into calculator. That was the ZTE. Calendar. That was the ZTE. Let's go into clock. ZTE. Let's go into Google Plus. So it looks like that on, you know, a lot of these, I mean, instead of the system apps, it looks like that a lot of the actual, you know, like third-party apps and all that, the Moto E4 Plus is a bit ahead in reopening these apps. So that was pretty close there. I would say the ZTE maybe. If I'm wrong, let me know. IMDb. That will be, I believe the Motorola is going to take it. No, the wrong thing. Instagram. That was the Motorola. Getting a little bit laggy there on the ZTE. I don't know why. That started up first there on the ZTE. We got settings here. Oh man, that was close, but the Moto E4 Plus barely took it by my eye. Snapchat. That was the Moto E4 Plus. As you see right there, it's beginning to get up. It erased everything on the Max XL, but as you've seen right there, you know, of course, the opening of apps, first of all, the Max XL did take it. However, on the reopening of apps, Motorola Moto E4 Plus was pretty much dominating on every opening of app. Now, I really don't know about gaming. I mean, if I was going here and go down here to just say Temple Run and just reopen it again like this, I'm really not sure which one would take the lead. I'm guessing it would be the Max XL, but very close. That's where that octa-core processor seems to really be doing a good job. But the E4 Plus is not far behind. So, I mean, really, you can't lose with either one of these phones. Just going back home here, we are done now with this test. Now, of course, it all depends on if you want a 6-inch device or a 5.5-inch device. The Moto E4 does have a better camera. Both of them are 13 megapixel in the rear, and both are 5 in the front. You got a front-facing flash here on the Motorola with a front-firing speaker instead of a really, in my opinion, shoddy rear speaker here on the ZTE. So the ZTE Max XL has a full 1080p display, which looks much better than the Moto 720p display. But hey, it is what it is. 5,000 milliamp hour battery in the Moto, 3990 milliamp hour battery here in the ZTE. Both of them are non-user replaceable, but both of these phones here are really nice. So honestly, if I had to pick my phone and if I had to pick a winner here, now I do know that opening up apps and with the octa-core 435, the ZTE is a bit more powerful on certain games, stuff like that. But if I was, say, hey, make a choice right now between this phone and this phone, I would definitely choose the Moto E4 Plus. It's a very solid, well-rounded, all-around phone with good cameras. It's solid. The battery is excellent, and it just works well. The ZTE is definitely no slouch either. The ZTE performs very, very good, and I would not hesitate recommending the ZTE Max XL either. So both phones are equally good in my personal opinion, but if I had my choice, the Moto E4 Plus would edge it out just barely. So if this was helpful and informative in any way, hit that like button. Any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'd appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.